What's up, Walking Dead heads? It is Sunday night, and you know what that means? We are talking Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 21 tonight. And so we've got some teasers, speculation about what's to come, maybe some news, we'll see. And this is The Broken Dead. Button push. All right, this is Dylan.
Hi, I'm Quin.
And thanks for joining us, whether you're returning or you're new. We appreciate you guys jumping in and jumping on and jumping along. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, just jump, just whatever, you know. All right, so hope that you will join us live every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time-ish. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so that you know when we drop new videos and when we go live. Yeah. And don't forget to check out that website at www.broken.picturesno.com.
I was late, sorry.
That's all right. So, yeah. Yeah, that's the intro. Nothing, no big news or anything. I don't know. I guess join us on Thursday to talk about Black Adam that we just watched. So. Brain is a little mush from watching those back-to-back, tonight's episode and everything.
There was a zombie in The Walking Dead. Nothing. I had to think about words because I haven't given anyone a spoiler alert yet. So my brain, so I had to stop mid-sentence and talk about the zombies that are in The Walking Dead and nowhere else. Yep. All right, so... If you haven't left now, this is your final chance because this is your spoiler alert. In this episode of The Broken Dead, we'll be talking about Walking Dead episode, what is this, 21? Good goodness, of season 11. If you haven't watched that, pause this, go watch that, and then come back. Unless you want to be spoiled, you have been warned.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
I've got water in my cup.
Water
those,
in my cup.
You know, those like, yeah. There's like a...
Oh, the dual layer
Yeah,
cups?
the dual layers. If you put them in the microwave, if you put them in the dishwasher, the water gets up in there.
Somehow.
Apparently, one of my daughters
How do you
keeps forgetting.
How do I get water? I never understood those. I thought they were like sealed.
They are, but like with the hot air and everything, the two layers of plastic, like they get different. Unless it's like a Yeti or something, because it's like metal and it seals better than plastic. But it doesn't flex as much.
I got you.
Anyways, yep, yeah. Check out our new shelving system behind
The
us.
setup is what the kids say is sick nowadays. I don't think they say that. They might have said that like back in 2007. I don't know what they say now.
It's hold on. It's bussin'.
It's bussin'.
And if it's really cool, it's bussin' apparently.
Oh, double bussin'.
Yeah. You know, sophistication. You just say it twice.
All right. The episode intro. Here we go. Season 11, episode 21. Outpost 22. You like the number play there? I hope you did. It was just for you. I'm not trying to rhyme, but it's happening, and I don't mean to do it all the time. I gotta stop. All right. Separated from their children, Maggie, Gabriel, and Rosita track a military convoy to a mysterious destination.
Your description is a little bit more descriptive.
Just a tad.
Get it off the website. I got mine off the web. Mine just says the survivors.
The survivors. Instead of who's there. But yes. So we got 3 episodes left after this. But episode 21 was a interesting one.
Yeah, it was almost a filler sort of kind of, but
Setup episode.
yeah, for sure, setup episode. But I mean, there were some nice little character moments in there. All right, so yeah, we start out. Last time we saw Ezekiel, get shot in the neck, and they're on the bus and everything. Oh, my bad. We forgot to rate the episode. My bad. Yeah.
What would you rate it real quick?
Let's go. I don't think it was just like amazing, but it wasn't bad. I'm gonna say maybe a 7-ish. 7.5. Crushed peacock feathers.
Crushed peacock feathers. Ezekiel's peacock feather. I'm in the same ballpark. I'm gonna give it a 7.7.
Ooh. Just trying to outdo me, huh?
No. Children walkers. Child walkers. 7.7 child walkers.
Yeah.
The 0.7 is just the feet. If you have like
feet?
If you just imagine a little scale, there's 7 child walkers, and then the 0.7 is just feet. Because it's not a whole child walker. Just feet.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Okay. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, anyway, yeah.
We've absorbed a lot of content today, y'all.
Yeah.
Brain is mushing things together.
Got a little headache cooking, but it's not bad. It's just like enough to annoy me and distract me. That's what having migraines sucks. You just get things like that all the time. You just live with it. Yes. So back to where we were last time. We saw Ezekiel on the bus we thought everybody, but apparently for whatever reason they're transporting Rosita, Gabriel, and Maggie in a different wagon. For I guess they were going to a different location, maybe.
Weren't they? Well, only one of them was like out in the wild, and that was two of them. That was Maggie and Gabriel, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't remember either.
But I don't because they didn't show Maggie being apprehended. We just kind of they just said, oh, they got everybody, whatever.
Yeah, there might be a deleted scene somewhere out there in the ether, but it was kind of a little bit of a flashback. After
with Herschel and throwing him on the ground. But when the bus arrived, though, Negan's wife, is it Anne or Annie?
I think it's Anne.
And she was like, I think there was another truck, and it's like you can't just giving characters exposition so they have something to say, but everybody is
a little bit before they drug me again.
Yeah, and I counted all the trucks. I don't know. I guess
if that's what you need to happen. What was the other thing? There was another.
I don't know Annie well enough to believe that she would be counting all the trucks and stuff. I guess. Or Anne, okay. Whatever her name is.
Yeah. If she's Negan's wife, who knows? What was the other thing? There was another. Oh, the vignette, the beginning of the episode, was a Maggie one.
It was a Maggie one.
But this odd little thing happened during it. It was like when grown man Judith was saying hope, and like the moment she said hope, like Maggie and Rick hugged. It was the shot of that.
Interesting.
And she's like, this is hope. And like the camera was, because I mean it's an old shot, so like they would have had to overlay the new audio over that video so that when she's saying that, it would be on that. So I think obviously that has to be on purpose.
Because Maggie and Rick were at odds still when Rick left, I guess.
Died. Quotations. I mean, everybody thinks he's dead until he shows up in all black with a machine gun.
You might get a little hint about that.
Yeah.
About where he is or where they were going.
Yes. So yeah, but after everybody kind of gets there, everybody gets, get thing off, you get your orientation from The warden?
Yeah. What? Yeah. Was I'm assuming maybe that was a warden.
Maybe.
Yeah, the guy that was like, you got no names. You're starting at the bottom of the totem pole again. I don't want to hear anybody call anybody by any names. It's like, okay, dude.
Yep. So Ola, I gave him a name earlier, but yeah, him. And then he started going through picking folks. Like, all right, if I point at you, you go out, you exit out the back of the bus, and have a good day. But it's not a good day. And he picked everybody. He ended up picking Negan's wife for sure. I'm pretty sure he picked folks that looked like they were sitting next to someone who was affiliated with them in some way. So I think he separated separated all the husband, wives, brothers, sisters, sister brothers, all that good jazz, so that you kill Hope completely. Which do you know what I mean? Do you recognize what he was doing or the way that he was doing it?
Not necessarily.
So yeah, they used to do that to slaves.
Oh
yeah. So I'm like, huh. I know what this is. This is disturbing. Ezekiel, good luck. But yeah, that is because it's a tactic of suppression, essentially. But it worked on most of everybody, even though they still want to fight. They still just kind of like, we'll wait. But then there are those that are like, we're just gonna dip out. Yeah. And we saw what happened to them.
Yeah, Kelly almost got shot. Was almost part of that, but cooler heads prevailed, or wiser heads. Ezekiel's man of wisdom. I don't know necessarily if it was because he had lost hope, or he was just like, hey, I'm still scoping things out.
It's one of the things like it can't be that easy.
Yeah.
So
and of course Negan's got his plans and walking up to Ezekiel, and which was really interesting because like last week in the teaser we saw Negan is like, are you with me? And Ezekiel's like, yeah, and that was it. But of course there was more to it, a lot more to it. And I hadn't really realized that Ezekiel's been avoiding Negan like the plague for good reason. The fall of the kingdom is directly related to Negan.
Yeah, he definitely did not want anything to do with old. Oh, it's a bag. I thought it was Ghost. He definitely didn't want anything to do with old Negan. And Negan was like, "Fam, you need to put that on a shelf because this is a situation that we." And Negan's been having to, this entire season, and even a little bit last season, especially last season. Last season's where it started. Negan's been having to like vulnerably plea to everybody, and some folks,
are really humble himself.
Yeah, which is a lot to say. It's a lot for Negan. Because, like I said, like one of the biggest difference between this and like the source material, aka the comics, Negan's gone. Nowhere to be found. So this is completely uncharted territory for Negan, but it's also the character of Negan. But it's also good to see that I kind of like his redemption in a bit, but it seems to be a lot of redeeming every time.
Yeah, he's got a lot to make up for, especially with people like Ezekiel, who, he just basically ruined his life. He had a good setup, and killed his tiger and like everything.
Yeah.
Still remember the tiger. Holy shit. But yeah, so Ezekiel's not a Negan fan, and definitely I would say not a fan of his redemption arc. Although he didn't take the same route that Maggie or Carol took, he's just staying out of the way.
Yeah.
it was really interesting, you know, Negan coming at him that way, and he shut that shit down quick. And so then Negan's like, okay, a different approach. You know, these people need hope, and that's your thing, man. And we really need you. And you know, this fits me, but not you guys and your people. And you know, so he got to him a different way, because Negan's smart like that. He can read people really well.
He can. And yeah, and Ezekiel's like, all right, cool, I'm fine, I'll be with you. But then Negan's like, just so you know, if I give you this spark, homie, I probably won't be coming with you. And he's like, what you mean you ain't coming with me? He's like, fam, don't worry about it right now. Just know. You'll know when it's time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I'm curious to see what Negan's spark of hope will be.
Yeah.
What a
And I
weird
mean,
phrase.
we know the Negan's got a show coming, so he's not. I mean, he's got plot armor. He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And the way Ezekiel reacted, it almost feels like Ezekiel's not going to let that happen. He's going to take him. He's going to take his place. 3 episodes left. Don't want to see Ezekiel go. I really don't want to see anybody go.
We're almost there at the finish line. Just let us keep everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody has to go.
I mean, Ezekiel's somebody else that's overstayed his welcome from the comics.
Because he should have died at I was about to say the Red Wedding.
Alpha's.
He should have died at the fair.
Yeah.
Rosita as well.
Keep talking.
But she's still here. But I don't know. Rosita feels weird right now. Honestly. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Rosita feels a little bit weird. Yeah, because what happened with her and Gabriel and those walkers when they were like following the train tracks, and those two came out of actual nowhere.
Right. Yeah. I also just wanted to mention, just like the dude was hardcore snoring on the envoy there, like literally falling asleep on the job. That is not like, of anybody that you don't want to put together on the same convoy, it's those three.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
Those three, and then
they almost got out. The dude wakes up, pulls Maggie back in, and then the whole thing wrecks. Everybody's destroyed except for Maggie. She just pops out the back because she's, that plot armor.
She was like, activate plot armor now. Plot armor successfully activated. Yes, but yeah, all that Maggie and all them survived. I think that was everything at Outpost 22, wasn't it? Oh no, Outpost 22 is the other place. Yeah. Because that was just a camp. One thing that was kind of like the through line for this, which plays a part in I think the later and greater universe for The Walking Dead as a whole, is the fact that they were working on a railroad, and like everything, even though everybody was like on separate parts of the railroad, all roads lead to we all know where. We'll say it later, but yeah, that one place. Outpost 22. All roads lead to Outpost 22.
Really?
I mean, because I feel like this is where everything's about to go down. I think the last 3 episodes, as far as like physical action, are going to be here.
I find it interesting that Outpost 22, which is Alexandria,
yes,
that it's near the tracks. And they've explored extensively. They've been there for years. Mm-hmm. Never heard a train. Never heard a train.
Because I think they hadn't reached out that far just yet. I think that's the only reason why. Yeah. Maybe.
I mean,
they heard helicopters. They saw helicopters for years, but
yeah.
Never
I mean,
a train.
Stephanie did get.
Max
did get Eugene and company to meet them at a train yard.
Yeah,
train yard. So,
but that was in what, Philadelphia?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And that was a ways off.
Yeah. And it has also been a year, so they have had time to build further out. And I think
So maybe it wasn't up just yet.
Yeah.
But Alexandria is, I guess, near. I mean, it's got to be somewhat near because Maggie, Daryl Carroll, and all those people, like, feel like handpicked the most dangerous ones, and put them together, and they're on the train and they're trying to find their way to Outpost 22, but we've got everybody else that went to like the Rock Yard or whatever the heck they were doing out there, working, and then bust back to.
They were clearing the track.
Clearing the track.
That's what their stop was. But yeah, then they gathered them up and sent them on to Outpost 22. So, but yeah, it's very odd.
Which it adds insult to injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now, but I think for like pushing this forward, it will help, and it will probably, especially for the folks. I think there's like 3 of them on the bus that are from Alexandria that we know for sure were, which is what Ezekiel, Negan, kind of, and then gosh dang,
Kelly.
Yeah, so not Connie, but Kelly.
Yeah. It seems like and they're just like other people scattered in, but I mean, I guess that's everybody, but. I mean, I would assume that Aaron and everybody else is
still either on.
They were headed back to Alexandria.
They're
right?
heading to Oceanside.
Oceanside, that's right. That's right.
And then they're gonna go to wherever from there.
Okay, so we'll probably have. Well, I don't know because I mean they're going to check on Oceanside. I mean, I guess it's safe to assume that all these locations, Hilltop included, are all outposts now, Commonwealth outposts. Or whatever's left of Hilltop. So, I mean, when Aaron and who was with him? Jerry and Lydia and Elijah. Yeah, I was wanting to say Ezekiel. I was like, no, it's another E biblical name.
Yeah.
So when they get there, they're going to have to deal with freeing Oceanside, I assume.
If they're alive.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they had them lined up last time we saw them. Like, I don't know if they were...
Lined up. But yeah.
Yeah, like a shooting gallery lined up.
So, but yeah, that's one major point. Like I said, I think before we get to the finale, we'll have that, like, liberation. Because
I really don't want to see Aaron and company just show up with Oceanside. Yeah, we went in with freedom, and we don't see any of that, and they just kind of come in like the cavalry,
and save everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan, I feel like
I feel like it's probably going to happen that way, but
yeah, but definitely. So as things went on, Ezekiel and. Not Ezekiel. No Ezekiel and Negan. Rosita and Gabriel.
Mm-hmm. Who, like you said, those walkers kind of came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
We say this all the time. Like these people are legitimate badasses, and they deal with walkers all the time. Granted, they've gotten a little soft, but that not so soft that I think that they just be walking down the road and, oh no, a walker just like came out of the trees that they didn't even see. And there's, 2 of them got Rosita so hard it yanked her arm out of socket. It was like,
yeah, for real.
What is happening? Like Rosita's like, she was in the army. Like she's not soft.
And I for real thought she got bit. Like
I did too. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is it.
This is it. But no.
As much as I hate it, I think Rosita's going to be one of them to not
make it.
Yeah, not make it. And she's got Coco, but I think it's gonna be one of those situations where somebody else is raising Coco.
Yep.
And it's gonna be Gabe, I think.
Yeah, they did a fair point of like,
'Cause
kind of
both of them are dead in the comics. So.
Yeah. They're doing a point of to kind of remind us all of the relationship that they have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they broke up a long time ago, but they're still co-parenting pretty strong.
Yeah. So I think that's what's really about to happen. I don't think Gabe's gonna go. I think it is gonna be Rosita, or they're making us think that it is Rosita who's gonna be gone, and then boop, there goes Gabe.
Yeah, because I mean, Gabe has come full circle. We get almost the same situation that there was at the end of last season with him and Aaron, where the guy asked him to pray, and Gabe just ended him. This time he reached in his pocket and pulled out a Bible.
Yep.
It's like, there you go. Good on you, Gabe. You come full circle, my man.
Yeah. So he's
nice little ribbon on his character arc there.
So that means all right, time to put him in the ground. But hopefully, I don't know. Once again, I'd still want everybody to make it to the end, but this ain't that kind of show, bruv.
Yeah, I mean, there for a while it was very Game of Thrones-ish, but here lately, like this whole 2 seasons, like Alden is the only one that's died.
Yeah. That of note, I will say, because all of Maggie's group quotations.
Yeah, they were all cannon fodder. I mean, any new people that we have come in that are not like the main cast are basically cannon fodder. You know.
Yeah.
Like I hate to say it, Negan's wife and child potentially.
I'm pulling for them.
Because they're not in the new show as far as I can tell.
Unless it's a whole thing.
Negan Maggie show.
Yeah. And I kind of, like, my brain was like, I wonder if Negan's wife is now about to be sent to New York. But I don't think that's, if they do, great.
I mean, that would be a good motivation for him to go.
Yeah.
And especially if Herschel was there as well. And that's the separation with the kids and everything right now. Like, that would make sense. If and they have to explain what's in New York where they're sending children to, unless they're just doing a whole like Mad Max children gang thing. I don't know.
I mean, that would be cool. I'd be down for that.
But it's probably more sinister, like raising a child army or some shit.
Sinister sci-fi. They're using the newest generation to see if they've built up any type of tolerance to the virus.
Oh, okay. Yep. As soon as you said that, I was like, yep, that makes perfect sense. There's probably like a science division over there somewhere.
So,
And that's where we get into different types of walkers, experimental variants. Yeah.
So, yep. Kind of digging that, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Who else? Maggie. The vignette this episode, like I said, we said earlier, was Maggie focused.
Yeah.
And
also, I just want to say, like, we do not get enough Maggie and Carol moments.
We don't.
That was like a good mother to mother. Like they better watch their back because we're coming. Yeah.
Yeah. This episode really was kind of overall focused on one of those underlying themes of parenting and children and not necessarily the future, but the things that we do because we have to and want to protect what we have and our children and things. Because especially Maggie, because Maggie, she survived the truck flipping over and doing truck things when you shoot the driver, and she's just stumbling through the woods, walking around, and here comes a little kid who is a walker, and I'm like, oh no, here we go again.
Yeah, she's got Herschel trauma. Like
she started getting flashbacks. She picked up a rock. She's like, yep, this is a good head smashing rock. I'm gonna drop it, and I'm gonna just walk right past you, kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
It's fascinating, I guess, as far as like they can take on like a regiment of troopers, you know, or people with machine guns and body armor and all these things, but be completely surprised by two walkers in the woods. Like,
I mean, apparently them walkers be like, we are shadows, and bite. The walkers, they spawn randomly, so you never know.
yeah, apparently. And just like, I don't know, some of it's just a little too convenient, you know, like when Maggie's having her moment after she just had to put down the child walker, you know, and it pulls up a Jeep and it's Carol and Daryl, and then you know, and then Maggie and Carol are having their moment, and then Gabe and Rosita, oh, we heard a train. Did you hear a train? It's like, of all the like troopers that are out there looking for them, they happen to find each other first.
Like, honestly, what I thought, I mean, I figured like that was gonna happen, but I thought it was gonna be more throughout the episode, and then by the end of the episode, everybody's together. This is like 25 minutes in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that part was, I feel like they could have drawn it out a little bit more, but I get it. This is the first of the last four.
Yeah, make somebody get captured again or something, and then they, I don't know, then they ambush, come across them that way. I mean, I don't know, it just seemed a little too perfect.
And then Maggie,
plot armor.
Maggie holding the kid though, that was like, all right, this is fine. She's like, but then she started like rubbing his cheek, and I'm like,
oh, I missed that part.
All right, it's don't
Maggie's losing it.
Don't be whispering to the kid that it's gonna be okay. He doesn't care.
It's not okay. He's been killed twice.
Yeah. So
it seemed like a fresh kill. Like this was a new kid. Like his clothes weren't that torn up. You know.
I mean, yeah, his skin was like white, but that's like normal for being dead. I mean, it could have been a day or two. It's not that likely that he was just out there with some random camp group, or because there doesn't seem like there's that many folks nowadays that are just out there surviving in the woods.
Right. Yeah.
So it either was like,
unless they're purposely like Leah, like trying to be alone or something.
Yeah. So I think it would be really cool to see if like this kid has
contagious versus yawning back and forth.
It would be really cool to see, like, turns out they do like a little 15-20 minute thing with Herschel in one of the later episodes, and like the other kids that got took. And we see what happened to this kid, because
I thought with the flashbacks, I thought that they were going to kind of show that kid have accidentally gotten killed in the roughing up or whatever or something.
But I think that's what did happen. Is he's one of the kids that was taken and accidentally killed, or he tried to escape and he didn't jump off of something the right way and got himself killed.
Yeah, they kind of veer away from showing
child death.
Yeah, child death.
Yes.
Reasonably.
So,
but I mean,
they're like, we've given y'all enough trauma in the past.
Yeah. Used to, The Walking Dead didn't shy away from stuff like that. I mean, babies, but I mean, they showed, you know, they went for the punch. They went for the gut punch.
Yeah, which is why Lori and Judith didn't die. Well, Judith didn't die at all. Judith didn't
in the comics, it was pretty rough.
It was, definitely. So, he was a bastard. So, but yeah, she ended up killing the kid. Met Carol and Daryl. Carol and Daryl's like, Maggie. They're like, and she's like, Daryl, Carol. Then they got the guy who she had already stabbed. Daryl's like, fam, you're about to die. You can do some good stuff before you die. And then it showed, then like, everybody else, like I said, Rosita and Gabriel came in there. Dylan keeps yawning.
Sorry.
Rosita and Gabriel came in there. Gabriel's like, Oh snap! I know this dude. He go to church. He always comes a little late, leaves a little early. But he looked like he wanted to talk to me one time, but he didn't. And then dude was like, "Hey, Father Gabriel."
Wish I'd have talked to you a long time ago.
Yeah. And so, you know, I think a child and or Sammy jumped on me when he was talking, because the next thing I remember is, will you pray with me? Like as he was dying.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Oh, okay.
And
then I
you
got
know,
it. So,
like Gabriel ministered to him, and he opened up and told them about where everything was and where the friends were going. And he said they asked him about the category 2, I think is what they said Connie was, and he said that they basically send them far away and nobody ever sees them again. Yeah, which could potentially be a nod to where Rick is. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, right now we're grasping at straws because they haven't really given us anything.
They've been super tight-lipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 episodes left. We need
We'll
to start
see.
hitting us something.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Good grief.
Which I think they're just gonna throw it all out there all at once we get to the end.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. This train thing, like they're getting new vehicles and like, I mean, pristine, like brand new, like almost like new manufactured. Yeah. They're getting all this stuff from somewhere. So I mean, there's obviously a railway connection to whether it be the monument or what was the other one?
The ones that wear black.
Mm.
I cannot think of their name.
Yeah, the community from Fear.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the CRM. It seems like these are all connected. And Commonwealth is one of them potentially, but there's not a whole lot of confirmation. Just a lot of speculation right now. But all this stuff is coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
And
the pieces are out there in front of us. They just haven't give us that connector yet. Gosh darn.
It's late over here, y'all.
That connector yet. Okay, I'm good now. All right. To like allow us to see the whole puzzle. Like we're just seeing bits and pieces at a time.
Yeah, and we would probably got some information from that engineer had he not been so afraid of the warden that he straight up stuck a screwdriver in his neck.
He was like, "I'm sorry, goodbye." Cheat.
Yeah, I got family.
Yeah.
Like, how did he get that? Like, he's walking out with Maggie with a gun to his back, and then next thing we know, he's over there shouting, and Carol and Maggie are like, "No, don't do it."
And then so what you mean? Like, if the blonde guy, dang it, what did I call him? That's fine, doesn't matter. If the blonde guy who won't give his name is not the warden, who is the warden? And bro,
from the teasers, it might be that guy that came on at the beginning and kind of told the rules.
Yeah.
Because I think in the teaser for next week, it shows, I think Ezekiel or somebody sitting down across from him.
Okay. So it could be him. If it is, that makes things easier.
But it does seem like this warden is like another level big bad.
Yeah.
That they're building up. But with 3 episodes left, maybe not. I mean, it might just be a filler, a placeholder for somebody else.
Yeah, another pawn to be toppled. Because like you said, we're starting to get down to the wire. 3 weeks from now, which is not very long, we will be this
last little bit has moved so fast.
Yep, we'll be at the finale and saying goodbye to the original Walking Dead. So,
and speaking of like news, potentially Whiskey Cavalier is getting a second look for season 2.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well.
So, I mean, Lauren Cohan has already signed on for what they calling it, Isle of the Dead now.
Yeah. What was it, Dead City?
Dead City, yeah, they are. It was originally Isle of the Dead. So Dead City, I guess tonnage difference. Isle seems more. I mean, yeah, Manhattan's an island, but it has a different feeling than
It's
City
an
of the Dead.
Yeah.
Than
City.
Dead City. So, if Dead City, if I don't know. I mean, maybe she could film them in the off season of each other. I mean, I don't know, but it's getting a second look supposedly right now, so that does kind of put Maggie at risk again. But I mean, we've already seen images from Comic-Con, so we know that she's at least in season 1 of
at
Dead
least
City.
for the first season, she's at risk. Until the first season's over.
Right, yeah. So she's still got plot armor right now. Negan's still got plot armor. We know he survives. Daryl, plot armor. Carol, not so much.
Ezekiel.
Yeah, pretty much nobody else has
Yeah.
like hardcore plot armor. Even though I'm like kind of surprised that they haven't, with all these spin-offs they're trying to do. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to give like a Aaron Ezekiel or Aaron and Gabe one or something like that, because that was a good little team up.
Because I honestly think if they're still going to do with the whole thing of like The Walking Dead being this connected universe, Aaron can be their through line. Since he like always wants to travel. Gracie's a little older.
Oh, I see. He can show up in everybody else's
He
shows.
can show up in everybody else's shows.
Be the Nick Fury of The Walking Dead.
I mean, missing an appendage. He checks the boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. We got the Rick and Michonne coming, spinoff coming as well, and we've got to set that up somehow in this season, rather than just jumping right off into it with no lead up, because Michonne went off with this other giant crew that we don't know who they were, if they were the Commonwealth or some other group, and we have no idea where necessarily. We're not sure where Rick is, because we know Virgil doesn't exactly know where Michonne is, but he may have had
rough idea.
Yeah, and of course Jadis we saw in
Fear.
Was it Fear, or was it the
It was the other one, World Beyond.
World Beyond? Yeah, that she is an officer with the CRM, I believe, and she knows about Rick.
One place. So what's the one place Michonne hadn't had radio contact in a year? We'll say at least, because it's probably just a hair more.
Yeah, I mean, little Rick.
So
JR and has grown up quite a bit since.
Yeah. And so let's just say, for the sake of it, she also lost her radio. She doesn't have it anymore. She has no contact. She doesn't know anything that has been going on.
Mm-hmm.
And she finally starts to make her way home. Where's the one place she's gonna go?
Alexandria.
That is now Outpost 22.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly,
I mean, it's possible they could just find Michonne there.
yeah. Or
She's already been there, and
yeah,
locked up.
or she shows up in the dead of night, and that is it looks like Ezekiel's about to. Negan tries to sacrifice himself. Ezekiel's like, "Fam, I got you. Sit back. You got a show to do." And then
Lightsaber.
Ezekiel's about to like sacrifice himself and everything. It looks like Ezekiel is like the head chopping block about to go. We need you over to the east wall. What's going on? There's a woman here. She has a sword. Oh my god!
Get it.
Yeah. And then
That'd be amazing to have that kind of intro for her comeback to get
Yeah.
get everybody pumped.
So I mean that would be really cool. I would like that, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
We
see.
never know what
Never know. If
what they've got planned.
The Walking Dead being The Walking Dead, though, they're probably going to have Michonne re-enter the same way she first entered.
With walkers?
With her saving somebody at the end of an episode, probably Maggie, standing over them, having two walkers on chains, hood, cloak, sword, bloodied.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Re-enter Michonne. But yeah. You have anything else?
Yeah, because it's all brand new.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, they old Pammy back at Commonwealth better watch out because
she don't start.
She's gotten on Carol and Maggie's bad sides.
Yep.
And that is not where you want to be right now.
Nope. You can Dark City assist mess all you want, but fam, you made enemies.
They're coming.
Yeah.
These outposts about to start falling.
What do you mean the outposts have started falling? Where is Lord Vader? Bring Mercer to me now. Yeah.
Yeah, we got not to mention what's happening on these outposts on the outside of like, Aaron and company, and then we've got Maggie and company, and we've also got Eugene's trial that's taking place, and Mercer and all these other factors that are happening back at the Commonwealth.
Mercer.
So
I want to make a bet that Mercer's going to help Eugene escape.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so too.
So, hope Mercer doesn't die, but we'll see.
Yeah, because Maxine and Princess have gotten to him.
Yeah.
He's not just going to let it ride.
No. Not this time.
Yeah. There's a plan.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, of course, Pamela's got a plan too, because Yumiko has pulled a switcheroo on her. So, man, there's interesting twists and turns coming up.
Where's
in the next
Magna?
3. Waiting tables?
Waiting tables? I thought she got took too.
Yeah, she should have got taken too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen Magna. Where is Magna? Are they keeping Magna kind of off to the side?
Because
so
she
that they
didn't
can
know her connection to Yumiko.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes
Yeah, because I mean,
sense.
we saw Connie and Kelly, and usually Magna wasn't far away.
Yeah. Daryl wants to marry Connie so bad.
He does. But I mean, like, so were they sending Connie away just because of her personal threat to Pamela being the reporter?
Yeah.
You think so? Or it doesn't have anything to do with her disability or anything like that?
No.
Her being deaf?
I think it has to do with her, like the fact she was a reporter, because she couldn't kill her. It doesn't seem like they just kill people. Things like Sebastian was the one that sent people into things where they could possibly die. Where Pamela's like, I'm not going to kill you. That's just going to make me look like an actual tyrant, and I'm not.
Just disappear them off to some, you know.
And then say, they've chosen to leave the Commonwealth. All that good jazz. So.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yep. So, I mean, interesting filler episode to connect the dots and get us to where we need to go, because hopefully the last 3 episodes are going to be just crazy, just all hell's broken loose, and what we kind of expect in the back half of a season.
Yeah.
This one was like there was some interesting action and plot and character stuff, but I don't know. Usually they hit the ground running this back half of the seasons, but to be fair, those were Gimple seasons, and this is a Kang season.
All 3 parts of it has been.
Yeah.
Kang season. Ha 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 ha. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna hit the button. But, anyways, yeah. I mean, that's all I've got. Interesting to see where it's going. This, I mean, it was a necessary episode, but it was, you know what I mean. It wasn't that exciting. You know,
Wasn't meant to be. It's one of those things, and I think all shows do this. They douse the flames a bit before they rev the engine and put the coals into the fire for the finale.
yeah.
So,
Which is fair because I mean, you gotta keep the flow going like this. You can't just be here all the time. Otherwise, like, where are you gonna go? You know,
Yeah.
you got to bring it back down and calm things down so you can take it back up to 11 and really get things going. And, you know, manage expectation and all that good stuff.
or else you'll leave exhausted.
Whatever could you be referencing? All right, so that's it. That's all for me. Is that all for you?
Yes.
All righty. So, thanks for joining us. We will see you next time. Hope that you will join us every Sunday night for the last 3 episodes, at the very least. 10 Central Standard Time, 10 p.m.-ish. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video and share with your friends, especially if you got Walking Dead head friends. And let's all celebrate it together, see it go out on a big bang. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you know when we drop new videos, when we go live, and all that fun stuff. And don't forget to check out that website at www.broken.pictures.com. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.